Sunday Night Anthem, presented by Uber Eats.
Setting on the Sunday before Thanksgiving in Southern California, a dozen miles from downtown LA, magnificent SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, and a huge AFC West game for the 5-4 Los Angeles Chargers. Led by Justin Herbert in a great quarterback matchup with Patrick Mahomes and the division-leading Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Week 11 matchup of Sunday Night Football on NBC. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark joins us in a little bit. They met week 2. It was a great game. Chiefs won. Chris, the Kansas City Chiefs are the #1 seed right now in the AFC. They're 7-2. They've won 3 in a row. If they can get tonight, it may be a great December and beyond for Mahomes and company.
It almost assures the division title, right, doesn't it? But I always thought watching Kansas City was more about the show than it is even about football sometimes. I thought if the Globetrotters actually had a football team, you probably would have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce as their #1 draft pick. It's going to be a lot of fun.
They put on a lot of shows in front of you and in front of us on Sunday nights. Now, for the Chargers, they get their wide receivers back. That is huge because this is an important time for Justin Herbert in the offense.
Yeah, and Justin Herbert is a tremendous talent. No question about that. But he hasn't played in a playoff game yet. He is going to face the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes as long as he's playing in this division. And if you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So he's going to get another shot tonight.
He's beat him once in 4 tries. This is their 5th meeting. Everyone's been a one-score game. That's why we flexed into this one. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers from Southern California on Sunday Night Football.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
When you're a kid, you dream about playing in a game like this. But once in a while, wouldn't you know it, the dream actually comes true. I was lucky enough to live the dream for 15 years.
Bounce throws, touchdown, Kellen Winslow.
And even for me, it never gets old seeing the next generation come through, especially when a guy follows directly in my footsteps.
Bounce the pass. He's in. Touchdown, Oregon.
The memories he's building, some of the best will come from the biggest test.
Throws to the end zone. Touchdown!
The toughest rivals you play over and over again.
A play that only Patrick makes.
Chiefs, Chargers, Mahomes, Herbert. It's just round 5 for these two phenoms, but it already sounds like a night you don't want to miss. The kind of game we all can dream about on a Sunday night in Southern California.
So good to hear that voice. Fauci, thank you. Hall of Famer Dan Fouts, the best of the many great quarterbacks who've worn the Charger uniform in big-time matchups over the years with the Kansas City Chiefs. More in tonight's game. Down to the field and Melissa Stark.
Well, Well, Mike, Patrick Mahomes will be playing without two of his top wide receivers tonight. Juju Smith-Schuster suffered a concussion last week against the Jaguars. He is out. Mecole Hardman, he was placed on the injured reserve list with abdominal issues. He's going to miss at least the next 4 games. As for the Chargers, tight end Gerald Everett, he is out tonight with a groin injury, but they do get back their top 2 wide receivers. Mike Williams, he was missed the last 2 games with a high ankle sprain, said he feels 200%, and with a huge smile told us he can't wait to show what he can do. And Keenan Allen will also return for just his 3rd game of the season. Allen has battled a lingering hamstring injury all year. He was a game-time decision. Head coach Brandon Staley said he finally looks like Keenan, feels like Keenan, but he will be on a snap count as they consider tonight's game part of his recovery. Staley says with those 2 guys back, it changes the math, and that is good timing for the Chargers in this key AFC West matchup.
Well, Liz, you mentioned math. There it is. Chiefs are up 2. Brandon Staley's Chargers win tonight. They're a game back. Chiefs win, and Andy Reid's team is up 3 with a sweep of the second-place Chargers. So essentially, they'd be 4 up with 7 to go. To Chris's point at the top, Kansas City wins. I don't think anybody's catching them. The toss was won by the Chargers. They defer. The Chiefs will receive. Dicker, the kicker, still around. Cameron Dicker back one more time. Dustin Hopkins still out with the quad and hammy injury. Isaiah Pacheco, now the starting back for the Chiefs, to return the kick. Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. And by U.S. Bank, we'll get there together. High school football playoff time around the country out here in Southern California. Mater Dei, number one in the country, as a matter of fact. They beat Los Alamitos 52-0. 29 consecutive wins. They get St. John Bosco in the CIF Southern Section Division I Championship at the Rose Bowl on Friday. How about the Friday after Thanksgiving? You're playing for a title in the Rose Bowl.
Surprised it's not on national television. Everything else is.
Herbert told us, got to practice the other day, Williams and Allen. Said I walked out of the huddle, I smiled. It was nice to see my guys back. And the guys have been around as well. Joshua Palmer on a 50-yard home run ball. Buckle up, here we go from LA. 7-3 Chargers. Sure, you got your Thanksgiving plans? Spend some of it with us. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in the morning in New York. The National Dog Show, always a favorite for the family. And then we'll have the Patriots and the Vikings in Minneapolis. It's on NBC and it streams on Peacock. We look forward to spending Thanksgiving Day 2022 with you. Chiefs over the last couple of years. This is round 5 between Mahomes and Herbert. And what have they done in terms of the numbers? Well, the numbers on the scoreboard have been tight. All one-score games. KC winning 3. And head-to-head completion percentage. You look at the stats, you see that pretty darn similar between these 2 guys.
Yeah, and the first game was just so close back and forth, but it was a young rookie, Jalen Watson, who returned an interception 99 yards that completely flipped that game around. And when you think about where these 2 teams are in the season, if the Chargers had won that one, you know, we're basically tied up going in here.
Been some breakdowns ahead on the Chargers freeway this season. On the defensive side, Joey Bosa still out. J.C. Jackson, big acquisition in the offseason, knee injury. Austin Johnson also acquired, good player, knee injury. He's done as well. And last week in San Francisco, Obonia and Covington, 2 defensive linemen who were filling in because of injuries, both injured and out for the season. So for Brandon Staley, Chris, it has been, we got to acquire people. They brought in 2 more defensive linemen here this week just to try to get through the rest of the season. Yard line. Each team's had it twice. Each team has scored. Here are the Chiefs at the 4-yard line. Sometimes we oversell. I think we sold just right.
Just right in this one. Yeah, it's kind of like an old AFL game, don't you think, where they were just flying up and down the field. And it has that sort of energy as well. You knew historically they had this kind of game in them, but so much of the time of the Chargers, and really every team in the AFC, is built around how do we stop the Chiefs. And so you know they've got something special lined up for them tonight.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Unfortunately, some of these guys are going places on Thursday. We're also going places. We'll be in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis on Thanksgiving night for the Patriots. Their dramatic win over the Jets, taking on the Vikings, will be licking their wounds quickly after the loss to the Cowboys. Sunday night, 7 picks on the free-to-play NBC Sports Predictor app. We'll start you off at 8 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. Melissa.
Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams limped off the field on their last drive. He started testing out his right ankle on the sideline. Went into the medical tent. Their head athletic trainer retaped that ankle. Remember, he missed the last 2 games with a right high ankle sprain. And he told us he felt 200% coming into this one. He was so excited to show what he could do. He's been lightly jogging on the sideline, having conversations with Keenan Allen, but no helmet in hand.
Yeah, plenty. Santa Monica on this Sunday night.
Mondays. All right, man.
Everything's different now that Walmart's made Black Friday on Mondays, and Walmart Plus members can shop online 7 hours early.
7 hours early?
Watch your cornhole!
Nice. 2 deals at the same time, man. I like it. Respect it.
One of the biggest events in the world, the FIFA World Cup, underway from Qatar. Pulisic, McKenzie, Giorena, the young stars of Team USA make their debut tomorrow against Gareth Bale and Wales. You can catch it all in Spanish on Telemundo and streaming on Peacock. Mundial 22 on Telemundo. And there's Clark Hunt, the chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs. Clark and his late dad, Lamar, always big in soccer in the United States. As a matter of fact, Clark and his family are going over to Qatar tomorrow. They're going to see the U.S. play their second match on Friday. You can catch them all for the next month in Spanish on Telemundo. My man Andres Cantor, amongst others. We go down to Melissa.
My chief safety, Juan Thornhill, is from Virginia and played football at the University of Virginia. Tonight, he is wearing custom cleats to honor the victims of the shooting that occurred last Sunday night. UVA football players Lavelle Davis Jr., Deshaun Perry, and Devin Chandler were killed. And tonight, Thornhill told me it hurts big time. These are my brothers, and I want to do anything I can to help.
Here in this first half, when we talk about Eckler, he's so good down in the red zone, so many touchdowns he's scored. He's been carrying a lot of the load. He's been using that muscle from down at Muscle Beach. With 67 catches, Chris referenced, most by a running back through 10 games in NFL history. And the touchdowns, 10 since week 5. The rest of the team, only 5, half that load. And 30 touchdowns since 2021. The most by 6 in that time span.
There's the wax on, and here comes the wax off. You're trying to knock off Juan Thornhill off of a minute. Oh, here we go. Right.
Well, we told you about all the touchdowns for Austin Eckler the last 2 seasons. It's now 31. 7 more than anyone else in the league. Eckler breaks the plane and puts his Chargers back on top on this Sunday night. The Voice is live. Vote in real time to decide which artists will continue on The Voice. Mondays and Tuesdays at 8, 7 Central on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Where another star is born on The Voice. John Starr there as you look, the famous there and the famous that play here in SoFi Stadium. Of course, hosted the Super Bowl, $5.5 billion stadium. Hosted so many events. They're going to kick off here from midfield, and interestingly, they have J.K. Scott, the punter, out here holding. Our aerial coverage here from Southern California, brought to you by Geico. It's around 80 today, about 78 degrees. The high in the mid-60s here as we cruise down Hollywood Boulevard on this Sunday night. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark.
Maria, Tony, Jason, and coming up on the 2 at halftime.
The Cowboys blow out the Vikings.
The balanced Bills get a win.
We'll see you at the half. Back to you, Mike.
All right, folks, we'll see you then. Buffalo getting the win in Detroit. There's Mike Williams on the sideline, no helmet. Tape off that other ankle, that right ankle, that he's had the high ankle sprain. They've listed him officially as questionable. Lead by 7. Melissa.
Mike, you mentioned those 31 touchdowns since the start of last season by Austin Eckler. Well, that makes his fantasy owners happy. Those owners include Eckler himself. He has 6 leagues, could only draft himself in 2 of them, and laughed and told me and said, I'm hard to get these days. He said in one of the leagues, he traded up to number 3 to try and get himself, but Fantasy Eckler went number 1, so he had to settle for Derrick Henry.
And we reach halftime. The Chargers scored on 4 of their 5 first-half drives. They get the ball to start the second half in a game they need to tighten this division. Chargers lead by 7. Time now for the Toyota halftime with Maria, Tony, and Jason. Maria.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by Chevrolet.
Magnificent SoFi Stadium and a huge AFC West game.
You want to be the man? You got to beat the man.
It's the Chiefs and the Chargers. Whoa!
That's a strong man right there.
Herbert going deep. Joshua Palmer got it. Touchdown. Kelsey strolls into the end zone.
Did he do a little Dion?
Chevrolet. EVs for everyone, everywhere.
That's the first 30. Now the next 30 minutes. Chargers get the ball, lead by 7. That first half scores in the first 5 drives. Only the second time that's happened during the first 11 weeks of the season. For Mahomes and Kelsey, that connection there, 43rd. They've tied for second now in Chiefs history. On the Chargers side, 2 more yards than all of last week in San Francisco when they struggled in the second half. That's been a theme for this team. 1 second-half touchdown in the last 4 games. They get the ball first here in the third. And again, huge game. 2 back of Kansas City. Chiefs already have the head-to-head. The next 30 minutes of football can determine if we're going to have a December to watch. Staley.
Mike Williams just officially ruled out with that right ankle injury, Brandon. How does that affect what you do offensively in the second half?
Some of those other guys are going to have to step up. Josh Palmer, Dre, Bandy. We got some tight ends that are going to have to step up too. But, hate it for Mike because he was off to a great start in the game.
And he was so excited to come back. Defensively, how do you continue to contain Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, we got to be good on third down. Got to be good on third down. Got to stay connected in pass coverage. And then we got to get a takeaway in this second half to really change the momentum.
Kick with good hang time. That's a good place to hang. Beverly Hills.
For Patrick Mahomes in that first half, he did not take a sack, but he took a lot of hits and was under a lot of pressure, and that really sort of kept the Chargers defense in this thing. There were no knockout blows, but under pressure in the first half, Mahomes just 1 for 6 for 13 yards, and so it definitely paid dividends.
Looking forward to watching this. Oscar-winning filmmaker Jordan Peele's latest and epic sci-fi nightmare. Just say you'll never look at clouds the same way again. Stream Nope now, only on Peacock. Or as our director Drew Escoff would say, Nope, that's dope. That's a show you want to watch. Nope.
Finally some pub for Drew. All right, with the holiday season approaching, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam. Why not? And we have Chris Jones right up front, drawing double teams on nearly every single play. We haven't seen him be a major factor. That's why. But when you double team one player all the time, it opens up one-on-one opportunities, this time for Michael Dana, and he's the one that got the sack. So there you go.
Seconds of hang time. Man, you can't buy that at the farmer's market, that's for sure. We'll walk here in Los Angeles on this Sunday.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why we built a different kind of rewards and partnership program.
No way.
Where your business has a chance to win a trip to the Super Bowl. Now that's the kind of all-pro prize your business deserves. Join today for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 57.
Sunday Night Football continues from Los Angeles after these messages. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Geico. Many freeways and byways, not just in Southern California, but around the country, be filled with a lot of you safe travels wherever you head off to on this Thanksgiving weekend. We look forward to seeing you from Minneapolis on Thursday, and on Sunday in Philadelphia, we're going to see the Chiefs and the Vikings and the Eagles here in 8 days, and those are the 3 best records in the NFL. So a chance to eyeball the best records as we head to the money time of the season. Love this week. Great game tonight. Thanksgiving night, Minneapolis. 6-4 Patriots, 8-2 Vikings. 1 week from tonight, we go to Philadelphia to see the team at the top of the NFL. Best record, the Eagles against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Kickoff by Dicker. No return. Chiefs will take over at the 25-yard line.
All right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam and Sebastian Joseph Day. He has used all 3 names here tonight and has been all over the field and all over Patrick Mahomes, but it has been some of the subtle plays inside that he has made, and in particular, to set up this fumble.
And they find guys, too. Deion Bush, who hasn't played a defensive snap in a couple of weeks. Back there helping deflect it. Staley won't use the last couple of timeouts. Travis Kelce comes up big and Big Red. Andy Reid gets another one. Well, every Mahomes-Herbert game has been a 1-score game, and it was again tonight. One more time, Patrick Mahomes will leave L.A. with a victory. And his star, Travis Kelce, was the star of this night.
They did everything to try and stop him tonight. They tried every combination. Couldn't do it.
He leads the NFL in touchdown receptions. His last 3 receptions of the night, a 4-yard touchdown, a 32-yard touchdown, and this 17-yard touchdown that puts the Kansas City Chiefs up 3 and essentially up 4 in the division. Chiefs win 30-27. The SNF postgame is next. But first, these messages from your local NBC station.
Welcome to the SNF postgame. Here now, Mike Tirico.
Another terrific Chargers-Chiefs game. And Kansas City sweeps L.A. and takes a commanding 3-game lead, plus the tiebreaker in the AFC West. 30-27, Kansas City. The game balls, players of the game, Patrick Mahomes, 329 and 3, all 3 to Travis Kelce and Isaiah Pacheco. First 100-yard rushing game for the Chiefs in over a year. And for the Stars, here's Melissa.
Players from both teams telling us this game would come down to the wire. Patrick, starting with you, walk us through that final drive.
Yeah, we had a lot of time on the clock. We had some timeouts, and we practiced those situations. And when you got playmakers, first off, a lot of guys stepped up, a lot of young kids that stepped up. And then that being 8-7 made a play when it counts, like he seems like he always does.
He said there was never a doubt with you, Travis.
There's never a doubt with 1-5 right there, I promise you that. Magic Mahomes does it again, baby. And like he said, a lot of young guys stepped up, and a lot of guys all together on the offense and defensive side stepped up tonight. That's what you love to see.
I saw, Patrick, you come over to Travis in the first quarter, fist bump him and say, "You and me, baby."
Yeah, I mean, it was a play where Travis probably he won it back. He kind of tripped up, probably would have had a touchdown. But that's the thing I said, hey, you know I'm coming right back to you. And when he's a special player, he leads this team, he leads those receivers. And we came back to him, we won the game.
And I'm sure you love hearing that, right? You and me, baby?
Oh, listen, it's a long game, all right? What happens in the first quarter definitely isn't going to stop me for the rest of the game. And I know that's a great defense. Derwin James, one of the best, if not the best safety in the league. So he's going to give me a few times, but I was lucky enough to get him on that last play.
Can you guys put in perspective what this win means for the AFC West?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a big lead, but our goal is just to continue to play it 1 week at a time. That's a great football team. Every single time we play them, it comes down to something like this. So to get the win and try to carry this momentum, we'll keep building on it.
And here's the statistic for you. You guys have now won 25 straight games in the month of November and December. What is it about this team that you turn it on at the right time?
That's all Coach Andy Reid right there, and his coaching staff and everybody that comes in to work with him Monday through Friday. And we're very fortunate to have the coaching staff and the players around that put their heart into this thing. And you saw it tonight. Everybody poured their heart out on that field for 4 quarters.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
You already know, Chief Nation, baby.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you. Pleasure to see a group that's so connected like they are. Writer-director Jordan Peele's latest blockbuster, Nope, is streaming now only on Peacock. The latest fantasy football analysis on the Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry. Live coverage continuing from right here in L.A. and back at our studio. Here's Sunday Night Football Final for those of you streaming only on Peacock. Well, only Len Dawson to Otis Taylor. More common touchdown connection than Mahomes to Kelsey. 45 of them, including the game winner here. We'll be back to look ahead to our busy week coming up as we continue from Los Angeles, where the Chiefs win a thriller by 3.
Welcome back to the SNF postgame.
I'm John Randy, getting ready to welcome America on Thanksgiving night to Minnesota. We're going to have some turkey, we're going to have some potatoes, we're going to have some pie, and we're going to have some football.
He caught it! Are you kidding me? It's Feaster, family! Touchdown, New England!
I don't know what else you want to ask for.
Time for some football, baby! I love it. John Randall setting the table for us on Thanksgiving night, where we'll see a couple teams didn't score offensive touchdowns, the Patriots and the Vikings. But, Chris, that Minnesota loss, they're probably pretty happy they don't have to sit around and think about it all week.
Yeah, I would think so. That wasn't so good. But coming off of all their emotion in Buffalo in that game, It was just crazy, right, to come back. And on the other side, the Cowboys were just the opposite. They were so upset about the loss to the Packers. And so sometimes that happens in the NFL. Minnesota's a good team, though.
Yeah, the Patriots are playing some terrific defense. What a job they did to stay in that game and win with a punt return almost at the end of the game. That'll be Thursday night in Minneapolis. Then I'll see you on Sunday night in Philadelphia. We saw the best of the AFC tonight, Kansas City. The best of the NFC, Philadelphia, next Sunday night against the Pack.
And Jalen Hurts showed what he's capable of at the end of that game. When they had to have it, he turned it on. He's putting on a first-class season this year.
Well, we look forward to it. Happy Thanksgiving. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, sitting on the couch watching us work. Great guy, huh? Glad we could flex into this one for you tonight. It was everything and then some. 6th and final lead change makes Kansas City the winner. 30-27. Local news next for you, except on the West Coast. Thanks to Rob Hyland, Drew Essenkoff, and our great Sunday night team. We're all back at work for you on Thanksgiving night in Minneapolis with Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, Terry McCauley, our entire team, Mike Tirico. Good night from L.A. where the Chiefs win by 3.
NBC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.